What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast Drinks After Work with Shelly Nicole. How's everybody doing? Welcome to season number 2. Yes, season number 2. We're underway, and I said I was going to be doing things differently, so I am actually recording now, giving you guys a visual of not just myself, but just a visual for any other episode that I do from now on. You guys can see my face. You can see who's behind the mic when I'm having this conversation. I didn't know if I really wanted to do this whole recording thing, but I was like, you know what? Why not? It won't hurt. Just do it. I'm used to doing it. I've done like a bunch of YouTube videos where I was recording myself, but I had just, whatever. But anyway, welcome to season 2. This is technically Drinks After Dark and not Drinks After Work. So this season is a little bit more of like fun and getting into the topics of like, I guess not just sexual, but just getting a little deeper into like our feelings and getting a little bit deeper into how, I guess whatever we're going to do this summer, but then also like how we've been feeling as far as like everything that's been going on in the world and just really like reflecting. And I feel like it's definitely important for us to do that because it's so easy for us to all be surface level. Like we can be surface level at any given time. And that's why I really named it, part of why I named this podcast Drinks After Work, because we're very surface level when we're at work. Whenever we're outside, we're very surface level. We don't really think about things that really be on our mind, or if we are thinking about it, we suppress it and we don't really talk about it. So like after having to keep your hair up and being this, like putting this mask on your face and having to act a certain way the entire day, you come home, you kick your feet up, take the mask off, and then you can really just get and delve deep into how you're feeling. So it's not literally just like going to work in a 9 to 5. It's literally like going in, like taking off your mask and going in about how you're feeling. So I wanted to name this Drinks After Dark because we're just going to be digging even deeper. Yes, we're going to get a little sexual. Yes, we're going to get a little into our, like really getting to know ourselves and getting to know the people who will be on these episodes. But Drinks After Dark is a little less sophisticated, if you get what I'm saying. And more on a, like I said, a deeper level. So today's topic is about submission versus dominance. And I don't know. I went on live on Friday and a few people were talking about submission and dominance, and men, a lot of the men were on. There wasn't many females that were on, which I was surprised, but a lot of men were on, and they were saying how it is important for them to have a submissive woman, and they like to be the dominant person. And I asked the question, so then wonder if she's more of a dominant and she wants you to be submissive. And a lot of guys wasn't really feeling that. So I wanted to really like delve into that. Like, okay, what do you consider submission? What do you consider dominance? Because everybody has a different idea. Everyone has a different thought process. Some people think that like being submissive means that like you're allowing somebody to control you. Being submissive is not having a voice. Being submissive means you can't speak about exactly how you feel at that given moment. You have to be told. It's kind of like you have to raise your hand to speak type of thing. And then some people perceive dominance as the controller, the ruler, the person who's going to tell you what to do. And in some aspects it is, but in some situations that's really not the case. Being submissive is like, I guess in a sense, surrendering to what your partner is asking you to do, putting your input when it's needed, allowing your partner to basically take control in an uncontrolling way, if that makes sense. Like they're the, I don't want to say they're the boss, but like they're the ones that make the final decision after they've talked to you. So it's not like they're making decisions just off a whim and they're not speaking to you about anything, but they're literally the last ones they're the ones that have the last say after they spoke to you about, like, what should we do with X, Y, and Z, or how do you feel about this and that and the third. That's where I see the difference between submission and dominance. But again, other people see it in plenty of different ways. So I had to definitely, me, I always look it up. I always look for my receipts. You're not about to say that I'm talking out of the side of my ass. So I always make sure that I look to see what it is that I'm saying. So according to Google, dominant partners often take the lead in decision making, while submissive partners provide support and input, like I just said. Right? The submissive equates love with over caring, while the dominant equates love with power and the ability to control. I don't know, that word power is like just it scratched me the wrong way, because it's like the ability to control a situation. And some people, listen, I'll speak for myself. I'm a submissive person. Like I mentioned this, if you were on the live on Friday, I mentioned this. I've always been very submissive. I've been dominant in areas where, like, it came to having to, I guess, like, plan dates. If that's dominant, like taking control of the date, that's dominant. Shit, it is. All the work I did. That's where I was really dominant, and that's where my force was, where I just planned everything and I was in control of where we're going, where we're, when we're going to do this, when we're going to do that. And the guys were mostly submissive, and you would never tell them that, or you couldn't never tell them that, because they'll be like, I'm not submitting to anything, I'm still the guy. But if we're talking about roles here, in my perspective, roles, a man who's dominant is going to take over in every area. And like Google said, and like I said, I will then put my input about what works right for us at the time and what doesn't. And I feel like a lot of people have a problem with doing that. Like, I feel like a lot of women too now also have an issue with being submissive, because we're so used to having to be dominant. Like, we don't know how to just turn it off. And that's why in I think it was episode 4, when I did the Soft Woman's Era, where I said this go around, even in my dating life, but just in every area, I'm being way more submissive than I've ever been before. Like I said, I've been like, I like to be submissive, but I'm just like submitting to everything, and especially submitting to God in situations that I can't control. Like, he wants you to submit to him. God just always wants you to just be like, hello, hi, I'm trying to help you, but you just keep, going about doing what it is you want to do. But I'm trying to tell you, that's not what I want you to do. That's not my plan for you. But you keep, go ahead. And when you're ready, I'm here. But I feel like I am very much so when it comes to relationships. I feel like I'm not going to be the person to constantly plan dates. I need to see you be consistent. I'm not even going to give the amount of times, but I need to see that you're going to be consistent more than 10 times. I need to see that you're going to be consistent in order for me to say that, you know what, I'll submit to you. All right, I'll listen to what you're saying, and I'll let you take the reins. Not to say I'm going to be combative with you, but I'm also going to have my guard up, because, baby, I done put my guard down too many times, and in doing that, I've learned lessons. It's not a matter of me beating myself up about it, but it's like I've learned so many times about myself, and having such a big heart, which like recently I had to I kind of hated for a while that like I had a big heart, but then I had like just recently, like I said, I had to understand that that was a part of me that God placed in me that a lot of people just don't have. And that's what makes me me. And that's what makes a lot of people attracted to me, friends, relationship, family, that as to why they can talk to me in the ways that they can talk to me, because I have such a big heart and because I'm so open to hearing and listening to what everyone is feeling. So in my submission, I feel like if you're going to be dominant and you're going to come into my life, I need to see you be consistent and you take on that role in a uncontrolling way. Because I've been in a controlling relationship. And when I tell you this shit is not fun, it is not fun at all. Like, we literally went back and forth with each other constantly. And it was so, like, he was just so upset at the fact that I even had male friends. Like, he was so mad that I actually had people who fucked with me. Like, they were just cool. Like, we were just cool. I had no intention of being with anybody else. I was in a relationship. I understood that. But he was so insecure and he was just so like in himself about this, needing to be in control. How or why he was like that, I really don't know. But I just told myself, like, I would never put myself in that situation again. And whenever I saw it happening, oh yeah, I gotta go. We're not doing this. So to be dominant, I think also a lot of men like to be dominant. I think women, like I said, we have to be dominant because of the lack of dominance that we see in men nowadays, especially when it comes to dating. And before any of you men get all in your panties, when we say the lack of dominance, it's like, for me, I feel like women have always been the ones we were the ones that were being chased. You were the chaser. We were being chased. You were always the ones to come to us to let us know, hey, I'm interested in you. I want to talk to you. Where can this go? And then showing that, hey, this is actually what I can provide and what I can do for you as a man. Because I have this in order, I have that in order. I can do this for you. I could do that for you, right? But I can also be your safe place. I can also be soft with you. I can also be vulnerable with you. I can take over decision making. I can lead by example. I can just lead, period. I can be a gentleman. Chivalry is not dead. I can open the door for you. I can pick up, certain things that you need me to do. I could take out the trash. I could do this and that and the third. Because that, for me, is me showing you that I am here to protect you and also to provide. And while we're on that subject of providing, please stop with the bullshit about providing is just financial. It's not just financial. I don't know why TikTok University, people keep sitting here saying that providing has everything to do with money. And if you're not making a certain amount of money, then I don't want to be with you. Maybe this person is in that part of their life right now and they have a goal to get somewhere else. There's a difference between someone who's like making $40,000 or $50,000 and that's all they want to do for the rest of their life and they have no drive. Okay, so now we have an issue because that's not what I want. Compared to someone who is making that amount of money and still sees it as, well, I still have a plan to get to 6 figures and I still have a plan to make this happen so that way we are financially stable. You get what I'm saying? Because all of us as women are not always there yet either. Shit, I'm not all the way there yet. I still have my plans of getting to the point where I see myself being financially free. But because I have that mindset and because I have that goal, that should be attractive in itself. I feel like a lot of women now want men to just have it while they don't have shit. And women who do have it, they're not showing compassion to the men who have maybe less and have a dream. Because as long as they're executing the dream, baby, let's go. Come on, let's get to it, because I have a dream too, and then we're gonna get this Dr. Martin Luther King dream going. Okay, we're not gonna just sit on our asses and not do nothing. I think that's the difference. So that being a part of, going back to what we were originally talking about, being dominant and showing that as a man you can do and have the ability to do all of these things that a man has always been doing. I mean, if you think back to like those past times, and I know people like to get all up in their, emotions about that too, like, oh well, this isn't the past, times are different, everything is more expensive. Absolutely, everything is more expensive. Yes, absolutely, everything has changed, but where did the qualifications of a man change, if that makes sense? And I'm really asking this question because I really want to know what men think. I should have thought about this when I was live on Friday. That would have made perfect sense, right? Where did the quality of a man change? And when did it change? And why has it changed? Because it has gotten so hard. Well, it's hard on us too as women. Like, it's not just you that life and society is affecting. It's affecting us too. And I feel like a lot more women are having to step, like I said, into this dominant role, because we just keep pushing, and we just keep going, and we keep going, and we are learning also to, like I said, be more submissive to God. Because I find a lot of women now who I'm friends with, and even people who I just know, are very much so getting into their spiritual journey and having God lead us in the right direction, instead of just doing what society or doing what is popular at the moment. And then also reinventing ourselves. It doesn't matter how many times, I'll be here all day if I tell you the amount of things that I had tried to do in like the last 10 years, of doing lashes, of selling lip glosses, of doing the makeup, of doing this. I had so many ideas that I myself didn't even I didn't give it enough time, but I also just wasn't really intrigued and into it as much as I am intrigued and interested and find passion into doing this podcast. And it was always sitting on my mind. Like, it's been sitting on my mind for years, and I just never really executed it the way that I should have, as much as I'm doing it now. But I think that everyone has the opportunity to reinvent themselves. Just because it didn't work out with this one thing, there's something else that is being downloaded in your mind that Jesus is telling you, like, this is what I want you to do, and keeps giving you that message, like, do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that, like, and constantly reminding you, like, you want that clothing brand line, then do it. I keep putting that vision in your mind. I keep adding more to that vision for a reason. You want to open that detailing company for cars. You like cars. You like to see how good they look when they're clean. You like to have people feel satisfied when they're sitting. I love a clean car. My car right now is not clean, but we're not talking about that right now. But I love a clean car. So if that's something that you want to do, and it keeps being downloaded in your mind, and God keeps giving you that vision, then that's him telling you, that's where I want you to go. Go that way. Not that way. Go this way. And it's hard. It really is hard. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that it's not. Because, like I said, I've reinvented myself a million times. I think I have 20 logos at this point about all the things that I have been doing. And my brother will tell you, like, bro, if you don't just pick one thing and stick to it and just see it through, stop just like, and I know it. I always did. I always knew it. But I didn't really have that passion in it. Like I said, like I have for this. And like I have also for making my digital planners and my journals and my the ebooks. I don't know why I was thinking about something else, but I actually have a passion for it. I like creating, and to see it come to life, it's just like, ooh, that's really nice. Like, I should have done that time, or this will be good for me to add this, or how about I should do this. Like, I always have that creative mindset. So I feel like, and again, going back to what we were originally saying, women have had to step into this dominant phase or this dominant area in our life because we're lacking men who have it. And it's not that it's not obtainable, because it can be, but a lot of the times I feel like men just don't, some men, not all, some men just don't know where to start. And they're relying on society to tell them and to give them the answers. And sometimes in this society, you're not going to get that. You have to surround yourself with people who are just like you, that think the same way as you do, that want the same things as you do, and listen to other podcasts that give you the same type of mindset, that give you that same type of, feeling. So that's my take as far as like submission and dominance, as far as I guess the inner being. Now when it comes to sex, listen, mom, dad, close your ears. I don't even know, she's probably not going to listen to this one. She probably won't. But I'm very much so submitting. I'm submitting to my man. I just am. I am. I have always been that way. And it's not, and people think too, when you're like a submissive person, I don't know why I can never say this word, a submissive person in the bedroom, that means like you're just laying there and you're just like boring. No, baby. Submission don't mean boring. It just means, yes, pull the hair. Yes. Tell me what you want me to do. Like, let me know what it is you like to do. But I also know some women who are very, very dominant, and they like I didn't even know what pegging was until I actually had to look it up. Like, a friend of mine mentioned it, and I was just like, what the fuck is that? What's pegging? And I looked it up, and I was like, oh, okay. And there are guys who actually like it. Like, if you're not that guy, that's cool. But there are men who actually like it. Just like how some people say, like, men like to... some men like to be touched in their butthole, but some men don't. And they lie and say that they don't, but they really do. Apparently, it turns y'all on. I don't know, but apparently it turns y'all on. I don't know if I'm going to do that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to touch your butt. No, it's okay. You can touch mine, but just don't. I don't want to touch yours. Like, I don't want to touch yours, but I don't know. And then the dominant thing, I guess too, it's like the choking, the turning around, the flipping, not smack you on your face. Don't smack me on my face, because the party gonna be done. Don't do that. Don't do that. But you could, smack on the butt. You do a little something, like, just something to make it a little raunchy. Like, keep it going. Also, wearing lingerie in the bedroom, I think that's very submissive too. I don't know if men really wear lingerie in the bedroom. I don't think that's like a thing that men really do. I mean, they have silk boxers and shit, but I don't think men are really gonna wear that. But you can have silk bed sheets. Silk bed sheets are good too. I have 2 pairs of silk bed sheets. It get a little hot. It's hot, but it suffices for the actual time that you're having. But yeah, I need a dominant man in the bedroom. I cannot we both can't be submissive, because ain't nothing gonna happen. Like, and let me not say that either, because it's not like he always would have to, like, the guy doesn't always have to come on to me either. Like, my man would never always have to come on to me and be the one to start it all the time. I will start it. If it's like 100%, I'm going to start it 60% of the time. Whereas you're going to be doing, not after, I shouldn't say 100%. So he'll be doing the 80% of the time, and I'll be doing the 20% of the time. But again, that's just me being in my submission. And when you want it, you want it. Like, I'm always ready. But when you want it, you want it. And then, like, again, if I feel like, what, he's always been doing it, I feel it, and I know he's feeling it, so why not? And just kiss him on the neck, a thigh rub. The thigh rub get these men, especially ladies, if y'all got y'all nails done, it don't gotta be as long as my nails are right now. I mean, they're really not that long. I used to get my nails longer than this, but like the scratch, like the gentle scratch on their back, I do it so often now that like even at work, if I'm trying to say like excuse me, or I walk past somebody, or I'm trying to get like someone's attention to like move down, I like do the very subtle scratch. So I did it one time. I did it one time to this passenger, and it wasn't just for like it wasn't just for, I didn't even know what the man looked like. He ended up turning around. He was very fine, but it wasn't even that. I was just telling him to move down. And he wasn't hearing me because he was talking to his friend. So I scratched his back, and he did like one of these like shakes, like, ooh. I was like, I'm sorry. He was like, no. He got up, like not upset, but he was just like, girl, don't do that again. I'm just like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. It's a natural reaction. Like even if I hug someone and I have my nails on, I do like a little scratch. And I always told like, stop doing that, but I can't help it. But see, that's something that I would do to my man. Like I'm very much so a touchy person. So I would touch on my guy. I would let him know, like, you're loved, I'm affectionate, all of it. So just because a woman is submissive, I'm going to get this word right. I'm telling y'all, just because a woman is submissive does not mean she's boring. She's very affectionate still. She's very in tune with you. Now, if you don't got an in tune submissive woman, then she's just boring, right? If you're always having to do the work and she's not doing nothing, then you're just with someone who's boring. I'm sorry, baby. You just got to get rid of the person. And the same thing goes for the girl. If you feel like you're the dominant one and you don't mind being dominant, but you're not getting anything from him, well, girl, either talk about it with him and see what you could do. I feel like I feel like when it comes to like sex, especially when it comes to submission and dominance, that conversation has to happen. Like, so how are you? Like, what role do you play in the relationship, but also in the bedroom? Because it could be two different things. Like in a relationship, you could be very much so dominant, but in the bedroom, you're submissive, and then vice versa. So I guess it like really just depends on who the person is. But I mean, I feel like I'm a bit of both though, because I can be dominant outside of the bedroom. Like when things have to get done, I'm putting on that hat, pants up, let's go. Like, what we doing? But the bedroom, yes, I'm very much so like, no, it's okay. What do you want to do? Like, okay, I'm here. Let's go. And if you're, and if you're not like that, I feel like, and when I say not like that, I mean like if you're boring, then maybe you have to be like more in tune with yourself. And I don't mean to say the word boring, but I mean to say the word boring, yes, because you have to get in tune with yourself. Maybe you just don't know. I feel like that also happens too when you don't have experience. Like if you have been dating the person that you've been dating with your entire life, and you never not one had like a break to like see what you like, what else is out there, I don't think you also would know. Like you don't have the experience to know what it is you like, because you never really got the opportunity to do it. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's just my spiel of it when it comes to the bedroom and being submissive and being dominant. But yes, guys, that was our episode. I am keeping these episodes trying to stay under 30 minutes. We're going to try to stay under 30 minutes, depending on the topic, because there really isn't but so much that you could talk about being submissive and dominant. But again, I mean, they can be, but just not as much in depth as possible. But there will be a round table for every topic that I do. I just knew that like it was just the time wasn't right or whatever, and I was trying to like figure out what day to do it. So I just automatically was like, you know what, let me just do it the first week of June or the second week of June. So but the round table will come up, and we'll have other people up here to give their opinions as what they like, submissive or submission or dominance. And if you want to comment under the description. Make sure you guys leave your comments and your likes. Let me know, what do you consider submissive? What do you consider dominant? Do you feel like your partner has to be the opposite of you? There's people who actually like, if you're submissive, they want a submissive person, and they don't like the whole dominant thing because they just cannot stand the word control or power. So there are people who are actually like that. And if that's you, I understand. I get it. But let me know. Leave a comment. Make sure you like this. Make sure you share it as well. And we're back for season 2. I'm excited. I cannot wait to see you guys. I cannot wait to hear from you guys. Tune into the lives. There will be on Friday at 8 p.m. I did say Friday because at first I was like, maybe I should do it on a Thursday night. But I think I'm going to keep it on Friday nights. If anything changes, obviously, go on the Instagram, Drinks After Work with Shelly or _Shelly. And I'll let you guys know and keep you guys updated. All right, guys, enjoy your day. Enjoy your week. Well, enjoy your day. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your peace and your space. Let go of whatever happened today. Don't bring it into tomorrow. I love you guys. Thank you for listening. Later.